What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here to free pick in the UTEP versus Liberty college football matchup going down Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. If you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com, click the Experts tab at the top of the page. It's a great time to do it because we got Week 7 college football coming up starting here. We got Week 6 NFL coming up. We've also got MLB playoffs, WNBA finals, and we've got the NHL back in action as well. So make sure that you jump on board and remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout and get 15% off your purchase. But let's get to this one between UTEP and Liberty. And UTEP, actually both these teams coming in 1-4 straight up this season. UTEP 2-3 against the number despite a 30-11 loss at the hands of Louisiana Tech in their last matchup, while Liberty comes in off a 21-7 loss at the hands of Old Dominion, in their last game prior to last week's bye week. Actually, both teams coming off the bye now that I check. But, you got Liberty who, under Jamie Chadwell, was expected to take their next step and, still be able to, carry on the legacy that Hugh Freeze left and, be that team that could represent at the group of 5 level and in the college football playoff. However, hasn't shaken out like that this season. I think we're seeing the downturn in Liberty Liberty football. We've got the hockey game on the screen up here. We got in Liberty football, and we've seen Liberty slowly get worse week by week. I mean, they started the year with a 28-7 win over Maine. Then they scored 24 in a double-digit loss, on the road at Jacksonville State. Then they lost by double digits, scoring 13 at Bowling Green, 13 at home against JMU, and then just 7 points against Old Dominion. Now, they did sneak in the back door and cover against James Madison in that game, catching 14.5, against Old Dominion that game, catching 14.5 points. But this Liberty team has just been awful offensively. Now you've got Ethan Vasco, who's still banged up. We've had to see multiple quarterbacks used last week for Liberty. It was Ethan Houck and Michael Merdinger. And listen, there's just not a whole lot to like about this Liberty offense. They can run the football, and that's something that you can do on UTEP here, who's 82nd in rush defense, but they're top 15 yards per carry allowed. They're a top 40 team against the pass. I see Liberty struggling offensively again in this game. They're just outside the bottom 10 nationally in FBS in points per game. And like I said, this is a Liberty offense that's just gotten progressively worse as the season has gone on. But, you look at UTEP, the results aren't much better. They have had road games against Utah State, who's still perfect ATS this season, and Texas on the road, as well as home losses to Louisiana Monroe and La Tech. La Tech right now, I think one of the surprises in Conference USA. The Louisiana Monroe loss stings because I don't think it's a Louisiana Monroe team. It's very good offensively, but even though it was a loss, it was still UTEP's best offensive showing. That being said, though, the lone time they broke 25 points outside of that Louisiana Monroe game was when they scored 42 on UT Martin. It's been 16, 10, and 11 in the other 3 games. And while, I can knock Liberty for what they've done offensively, and they're not the best defense you can run on this team, the problem is that's not UTEP's bread and butter. They want to air it out, and this is still a top 20 Liberty pass defense in terms of passing yards allowed per game. The yards per completion, yards per attempt could be better, but for me in this one, I still see just 2 inefficient offenses that are going to struggle to move the football, and I don't know how we have a total of 47, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to go with the under 47 here between UTEP and Liberty, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those Pickdawgz Premium. While you're Pickdawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.